Yeah, so it's been a while.
Who the fuck is that guy? Who the fuck is that?
Sorry about that.
The fuck is that?
What the fuck is going on in here on this day?
But I was not able to film at all because I'm filming in my spare bedroom in my apartment, and it was occupied by a friend of mine who came into town for a couple of weeks, basically a month or so. So yeah, I was not able to actually record anything. Yeah, my bad. Sorry about that. Also, I deleted my entire Instagram feed and wanted to start over because it just felt a bit too generic and boring. So there's a lot of changes going on. I'm pretty happy with the direction that I'm going in right now. I'm tweaking it here and there a bit, but overall I really like the video format, and I want to be able to mix both fashion and music together, and I think that's Instagram might not be the best platform for that, but I feel like I can get away with it the way I do it right now. Not like most people care about that, but yeah, that's just me. So yeah, today finally another video, and I wanted to talk about it's not really origin stories, but I wanted to talk about pleats. And specifically Homme Plisse, Pleats, very popular over the last, I want to say, year or so. I personally feel is kind of happening is that Homme Plisse is starting to become the CDG play of Issey Miyake, the fusion line that people recognize faster and easier, starts to become a bit more synonymous with the brand itself than mainline Issey Miyake or mainline Comme des Garcons or Comme des Garcons Homme Plisse or one of the many other more avant-garde experimental lines, which is a shame. And I think there has been an assortment of memes relating to CDG play, but I think Homme Plisse is still sort of on the fringe, and people who are into fashion still really mess with it. But from my perspective, where I'm from, I just see a lot of people who are not really into fashion as much still know about Homme Plisse, still know about the pants. They might just dabble on the outside of fashion, not really go deeper into it. And in that way, I feel like it's becoming more of a CDG play. Maybe not to the extent that CDG play is currently constructed and consumed, but overall, what I mentioned earlier, the whole trend of a sort of the fusion line, which in and of itself is in quotes because I'm gonna delve a bit deeper into that as well, but you get my drift, becoming more popular than the main line. So yeah, what I kind of wanted to do was give a quick rundown of pleats itself and what they mean in fashion. And where we have to start is of course with Issey Miyake, who in 1993 actually patented his pleating technique and has become a staple of mainly women's wear for the most part for the last couple of decades. You see it on a lot of trousers, on a lot of skirts, on a lot of dresses, on shirts here and there. But when it comes to menswear, it is still very constricted to trousers. You might have a single pleat down the front of the trousers or on the side or just around the waist area. But For the most part, it is always going to be trouser related when we refer to pleats in men's fashion. And to that extent, Homme Plisse has really broken the mold once again by experimenting with polos, t-shirts, blazers, vests, whatever, to implement this technique in fashion, in menswear, which can only be applauded. And so a lot more designers are starting to implement it, whether it is Bianca Saunders, who has a more of a sloppy pleat. It is not as delicate and as refined as perhaps a Homme Plisse is, but the same sort of technique is involved. And that is one of the main distinctions that we have, especially in menswear, where you have very classical and sophisticated pleating, and then you have a bit more of rushed and not put together and crinkly and all of that. And to me, Bianca Saunders just is on the top of my mind. But there's a lot more other designers who implement pleats, but maybe not in terms of tops. It's mainly still focused on bottoms. Another one who featured some pleats in his recent collection was Paul Smith, but that again is a lot more tailored, a lot more strict, a lot more formal. Also for menswear, a video on, I don't know if it's Vogue or something else, but I'll link it, and I also already shared it on my Instagram a while ago, was for the Dior Spring Summer 20 collection, where they used a lot of pleats in an interesting way, shying away from the traditional usage of pleats. I definitely recommend watching the video. It kind of explains the technique of pleating, but also showcases a more innovative way of using pleats in menswear. But I am very curious to see what else the future holds in terms of pleating for men. Now, if we look at women's wear, of course, there is so much more. You can look at designs by Jill Sander, by Loewe, by Gucci. There's always going to be an element of pleating involved at some point in a collection. Now, it has been a staple for women's wear for decades, for centuries. I still think there is a lot of room for growth, a lot of opportunities for pleating to be involved in menswear, and I'm really interested in seeing where it will go. But I fear Homme Plisse will sort of be the martyr of pleats in menswear, as it will be the most recognizable form of pleating, and maybe take away from some of the brilliance of the actual pieces that they create with this incredible technique. But who knows, I guess time will only tell. But in general, I feel that has been the trend over the last couple of months / year. So yeah, maybe I'm completely wrong and we'll see a complete shift from Homme Plisse and it becoming more of a cult status again. But yeah, what I've noticed a lot is that, especially in Europe, there is not a lot of retailers who sell Japanese fashion. Either it is very popular or very mainstream by now, such as Comme, Garcons. But if you're looking for more avant-garde, like Homme Plisse, there's only a handful that will sell them here in Europe. And Issey Miyake in general are very rare to find, at least where I'm from. But over the years, we have been getting a lot more access to Japanese fashion. And what is fascinating is that instead of Issey Miyake becoming more readily available, I noticed I see a lot more stores around town carrying Homme Plisse, maybe because it is available at a lower price point. It is still marked up a lot since it is imported, but it is not as taxing as a mainline Issey Miyake piece, of course. but I think that kind of allows for people to experience Issey Miyake first through Homme Plisse instead of the actual mainline, which is why I feel like it's become more similar to CDG play, in the sense that most people who are not aware of Issey Miyake or who are not aware of CDG get their first taste by way of the diffusion line, which does not necessarily take away from the diffusion line, but it takes away from the main line, and that is my main problem that I have with that. Then again, I'm not blaming stores for only carrying Homme Plisse, because at the end of the day they still have to sell their stock, and I think it's easier to sell Homme Plisse as it's gathering steam, as it gathers momentum. So yeah, I mean, go for it, but I feel like I feel like we're gonna do a disservice to Issey Miyake like we did to Reika Okubo for so many years. There's a lot of hooks to this story, if you will. There's a lot of different angles that you can look at this, and this just happens to be mine. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. I think I only wish that people would use this opportunity, this learning opportunity, to know more about Issey Miyake himself. By the way, I just want to make a quick postscriptum saying that I did not make this video because I cannot wear Homme Plisse. That is an entirely different subject, and maybe for another video, but Japanese fashion and me just don't go together. I'm about 6'2", and about 6 feet of those are legs, so it's not working out. Thanks again for watching. This has been a bit of a video all over the place. I didn't really know where I was gonna go with this. I didn't prep anything. I just wanted to get something out because I felt like it's been too long, which it has. I think it's been almost a month. So yeah, I just wanted to, I don't know, I just wanted to film something again because it felt wrong. Yeah, thanks for watching again. I'll see you guys next time. I don't know exactly when that is because I have another friend coming, but I think he's only staying for a week or two. But yeah, I'll figure something out. I'll get a video out to you guys soon after this one as well. Thanks for sticking with me. If you still do, summer here has been fucking dreadful, so I hope you guys have a better summer where you guys are. Yeah, that will be all for me today. See you next time. Deuces.